doesn't sound loud, does it?
Because you're using your alligator arms. You gotta.
What is up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Son of a Boy Dad podcast.
What's that low energy shit? Come on, bro.
Now you got me all fussed up. Now I'm angry. I'm angry in the head
Just
right now.
launch us in, then use the anger, bro. Use it.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Son of a Boy.
That wasn't it. Give it a little more, like a lot more zing. Actually.
You don't have a catchphrase?
Do you have? It is. It's what is up, everybody. That's his catchphrase.
What is up?
Yeah.
That's how he. That's his thing.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Son of a Boy Dad podcast. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Son of a Boy Dad podcast. Today is Monday, October 18th. It is 2:09 p.m.
A little early.
A little early record today. We have a special guest today, Dave Portnoy.
What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Good.
What's going on?
Not too much.
Great to have you in here.
What are you guys chatting about?
I don't even remember.
we're just starstruck by you being in here.
You guys,
We're just so excited.
Don't be a dick.
Bro, I threw up before you walked in.
He was that nervous.
Matt McCusker.
Thank you guys.
McCusker?
You say McCusker?
Yeah.
It's McCusker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been saying McCusker.
Everyone does.
Really?
Oh yeah.
We're here with Nick Coletti.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up, dude?
What's up?
Good to have you, bro.
This is a lot less. This is a lot more laid back than part of my take. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Son of a Boy Dad podcast. Today it is. What is today?
You got this, brother.
It's June 13th, and it's 3:50 in the afternoon. We're here with Rome. We have a special guest today,
Pat Stay, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Maddie Smith.
Yes, thank you guys both for having me.
Of course,
Lil Sasquatch. Do you have a name?
Harry.
Oh, should we call him Harry or Lil Sasquatch?
That's doxing, I think.
No, it's
Oh,
not. No,
shit.
it's not.
Okay.
No,
It isn't. It isn't.
Can I call you Harry?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would
Feels a
prefer.
little bit more normal.
Can I be your Sally?
He does need
Yes.
a Sally. He always needs a Sally.
Should we get going?
Yeah, let's get going.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Son of a Boy Dad podcast. Today it is Monday. It is July 18th. We're joined by Francis Ellis.
Our specialist guest that we've ever had on this program, and I'm honestly downright giddy that you're here. I'm like excited, like I'm
Yeah, I'm
almost
fired
like I'm
up.
doing something wrong.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm feeling nervous.
Yeah, are you?
I'm like, any minute they're gonna walk in and just
Well, when you-
escort me out of
When
here.
you came in here, the security guard pulled his gun on you.
He sure
And he
did.
was like, get the fuck out of here. She got so mad.
Yeah, and then he'll be like,
All right, shall we?
"We good to go?" Bongs away, the boys will play with cigars. Like a young Winston Churchill. First thing in the morning.
Yeah. Ooh. Not ideal.
I thought that Churchill Downs joke was pretty good
I didn't even hear it.
in the roast.
Oh, wow.
I think he was like, Nikki looks like something you'd ride at Churchill Downs or something. I don't know who said, maybe Nikki made the joke, but
No, Tony Hinchcliffe said that about Jeff Ross.
yeah. And he's like, Churchill Downs, which is what we call Gronk when he's smoking a cigar.
No, they said Jeff Ross, which is even funnier because he's like fat and bald.
Oh,
It's like a fat, bald
I
white guy.
thought it. Man, I got it way wrong. Cheers, old boys.
Well.
Yep.
To 200.
Yeah.
I said to Owen right before the episode, here's to 200 more. And Owen was like, let's just say 300 at most. I don't think we're getting there.
It is crazy. Weird
No.
podcasts. Just like, when does there's no finale. It usually goes up in flames.
That's right.
Someone quits.
Yeah. Like when part of my take ends, it's not going to be like, and that's a wrap.
No. We've reached our goal.
Yeah.
We've made $14 billion. What do you think they've made lifetime?
A lot.
That podcast has generated in
Probably
terms
over
of revenue.
$100 million.
Over 100.
Come on, you
Yeah.
think?
It's like the biggest sports podcast in the world.
Oh, you say that like I don't know that.
But I mean,
Have
think
you heard
about-
this? Have you seen this? It's the biggest sports podcast in the world.
He always hammers that. I know that, and we respect him for that.
Well, Call Her Daddy is the biggest, I don't know, lifestyle podcast in the world.
right?
And that she made $60 million in 3 years.
Yeah, but that would to me mean that her podcast made a lot more than that.
Yeah, exactly.
So then, if pardon my take, because we don't know any of the, are we on? Have we started? We've begun.
Yeah,
right?
we've begun.
This
I
is
have-
just that slice of life good shit. People just
Yeah.
pick up in the middle of the conversation. It's nice.
It's also known as the Matt and Shane secret podcast method.
People get really mad when we don't do the intro. They hit me up and they're like, why did the episode just start abruptly?
So why don't you give it to us?
This is the prelude. This is like the scroll at the beginning of Star Wars.
Yeah.
What we're doing right now.
I think it's that, and it's also to prove that we aren't like what Mike and the Mad Dog were in their prime,
fighting like right.
where they hated each other so much that when the mics were not on, they would not speak to each other. But then they would come in and do the show, and they would sit there in silence until someone said it's time, begin, and then they would start, and they would do it professionally. And those were arguably, people say, the best episodes of the heyday of that show. And then the show would end, and they would get up and walk out and not say goodbye to each other.
Damn.
Think of that.
That should be us. That's
We'll get
actually
there.
something to strive for.
We'll get to that
Frosty.
point.
Frosty.
You think part of my take is ever like that?
Probably, yeah.
When do you think that show will end? I think it'll end when PFT takes his flight simulator, like his obsession with that, and is like, I could like fly a hang glider.
Yeah. I wish I had one of those flight simulators.
You could easily afford one. You're rich as fuck.
I'm not, and they're
you
expensive.
100%
And
are.
I also don't have a PC.
Yeah, that's actually the thing that's in the way. But you are rich as fuck.
No. You got me mixed up with someone else.
No.
No.
Everybody
My
knows
career is
now.
over.
We
Everybody knows that you don't become a killer and not get paid for your assassinations. You think that fucking Jason Bourne doesn't get fucking paid handily?
Dude, you make 20% more than I do, and everybody knows that I have a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. First of all, it's just not true.
That is true.
I made good money in the beginning of this year, but I'm not gonna make any money the rest of the year
What the fuck does that mean?
because I got dog shit road dates coming up.
No, don't say that. Buy tickets to see my man Sass, or else he's not going to make good money the second half of the year.
Hopefully, this don't tell will really boost my career, or it'll really like put my career in the grave.
It'll
No,
be
it
like,
won't do
yeah,
that.
you need to start driving Uber.
Yeah, it's funny how that could go both ways.
I think it's gonna blow you.
It could either
fuck
make
up.
me be like the next like Ralph Barbosa, or it could be like sticking to the upstairs room at the stand forever.
The Stand, the Stand's Reddit account made a post on r/standup, and they were like,
Oh yeah, they always are in there.
yeah, they were like, we bet on penny stocks, and like currently we have big bets in on Lil Sasquatch and like a couple other names.
Wasn't that like years ago that they posted that?
I don't know. I just searched both your guys' names on r stand-up last week.
Oh,
Actually,
God.
I only found really nice things about both of you.
I would never want to do something like
They
that.
never posted. They never talk about me.
That
they
sounds
talk
like
about Francis
the most
all the time.
masochistic thing.
Everywhere that you see Francis on Reddit, it's all just like Francis is so fucking perfect.
What are you talking about? I don't want to hear
An
this
R/slash
because I don't
yeah.
want to start going to look for it and then find it to be an actual trash heap. That would be a you move.
Yeah, it would.
Oh no!
Be like,
They
dude,
love
you type
you.
your name into Reddit, you're gonna love
Trust
yourself.
me, I get furious. I
and
read
I
them all
go
the
in
time.
there and it's gonna be like, this dude needs to die quickly.
No, they love you on Reddit.
R//
In every
stand-up.
Reddit.
No, r/stand-up does.
In r/standup, the Matt and Shane Reddit, the Shane Gillis Reddit, the Matt McCusker Reddit, the Sean Gardini Reddit.
Good Lord. Well, you know what? I could use a W. So what we'll do is when Tires comes out, maybe I'll take a little peek. I don't think I should take a peek.
No, you
I'm
definitely
not gonna
shouldn't.
take a peek.
But
I don't
you
want
are
to
at
know.
a sweet spot. Like once you get way bigger, like once your special comes out and everything, and Tires comes out, then you will get avalanche of unwarranted hate. So it'll come. So
that's
actually
true.
now might be a good time before you blow up too much.
I'm an indie darling.
Yes, you're an indie darling.
It's hard to imagine calling myself that, but
You are.
indie darling.
Especially, like that. I saw that. I sent you that post the other day of people who are like, who talks about their richness in like a self-effacing way. And people were like, Francis Ellis is exactly what you're looking for.
Oh, that's
Oh,
so
yeah.
sweet.
They were like, I got just the guy for you.
Glaze Fest.
Ellis.
Nikki Glazer. Malcolm Glazer.
We gotta try to get her on the pod now. Can we try to do that? Roan, you could do it.
What would make you think that me or Roan would be better at getting Nikki Glazer on the podcast than you?
Neither of you have had a failed romantic date with her.
But I've also never, I don't think either of us have ever even met her.
No, I don't think you would. I think he can. He
I've
commands
met her.
respect.
I met her. She also did that battle rap show, and she was very nice.
Bingo. Look at that. That's called an in, folks.
She will not remember having done that though. I wonder how much they paid everybody to do that shit.
She's one of those people who just gets slotted into stuff. She's done that Fuckboy Island thing.
Oh, yeah. I forgot
I bet
about
you
that.
that fucking Prince money.
Oh, yeah. I think shows like that, it's
Just
guaranteed.
quietly, there's a humongous group of people out there who watch it as a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
You know who I heard is raking in fucking sweet cash? Polizzi.
Benedict.
Oh, yeah.
Benedict
course.
Polizzi.
What is he up to?
Fuckboy
He
Island.
was on Fuckboy Island.
Saw that. What else though?
He's on some other show now. That
Yeah.
dude is fucking printing money.
Yeah, he's handsome.
He's a I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying the man is rich. I'm not fucking making any judgments about his bodice.
He and Joey have done pretty well, it would seem.
How do you even have a body like that at his age? How
is
old
he
is
super
he?
ripped?
Dude, he has like a supermodel body.
Watch, I'm gonna do that.
No,
He will do that.
I'm gonna do it.
I genuinely don't think
Wait
it's
till you see
possible
what
for a lot
happens
of
to me in
people.
the next 6 months. I'm gonna fucking go crazy.
He must be
you-
on steroids.
because you said this.
He's got to be on steroids.
He's got to be on
Gotta be.
steroids.
But he's not a supermodel. Supermodel body is like a slim body.
That's what I'm going for.
He
like
has
Jesus on
abs.
the cross.
I want to look like Brad Pitt in Fight Club.
Yes, that is the ideal
I
man.
want to bring that
Nobody.
back because we got away from that, and that was good for a while.
He's like borderline bodybuilder body.
And he's goddamn rich.
Is he rich?
Makes me sick to my stomach. I saw his taxes.
How much is rent in Indianapolis, though?
They pay you to live there.
It's nothing.
Dude.
I can't. I wonder. Do you ever, when you go to places, do you ever pull up Zillow and
No.
just check your region sale prices for homes and sort them from most expensive to least, and find that, let's say, the most expensive house in a 50-mile radius is like $1.7 million, which is not nothing, but like in New York, that buys you a 1-bedroom apartment
Not
with like a
even.
galley kitchen and rats in the fucking.
It buys you a 1-bedroom apartment in like Yonkers.
Yeah, in the Bronx. The
Tell you what, I'm getting tired of New York.
one of the things
Yeah.
that pisses me off. Yeah, that's a big Woodruff move on your part.
Yeah.
Don't you take that back.
Did Woodruff
How
leave New
dare
York?
you?
She's threatening.
I thought she was in
She's
Florida.
teetering.
She's threatening. Fuck, what was that about? Oh, dude, the place where they have the craziest houses is Texas. Anytime you
Yeah.
sort houses in Texas, it's like they have built a fucking McMansion
Yeah.
and it costs like $400,000. And it blows my mind that they want to stop illegal immigration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think they're fucking building these houses?
Everything's bigger in Texas. Shane told me, and even just saying those words just now gives me the ick.
You're talking about Shane O'Connor, though.
Shane O'Connor. No, when people just invoke Shane Gillis stories to say that they know him, but
Uh-huh.
I was just
Will
with him,
Compton?
obviously.
Will Compton's baby reveal Instagram had me crying laughing.
I liked it.
It was
I thought
very
sweet.
funny. The one where they cut the cake and it was another girl.
Yeah, and he had that look of like,
Yeah.
I'm so happy, I'm almost on the verge of tears.
No, I think it was like I wanted a boy.
Oh no, I think he's a big girl dad guy. That's his whole thing.
Did we look at the same post?
With the cups.
Yeah.
Pink Cake.
Should we call him?
Call him.
Now.
Give him
Alright.
give him a ring.
Oh,
We
I
want to know if
guess.
he was happy. Yes, I bet you he was like being sincere. I also took that final slide of his photos to be him being very, almost on the verge of tears of joy.
Oh, I thought
This
it was
was
the
not a
opposite. That's
resigned,
why I replied, ha
chagrined-
ha ha.
Look,
It's ringing. Just get in your eye.
Yeah.
He's not gonna answer. He's a first 2 ring guy.
Your call has been forwarded
Damn.
to voice.
He wasn't gonna answer.
Classic. Classic
that
Compton.
stings.
Guy gets $2 and fucking won't answer a call. But what were you about to say? You were talking with Shane.
Shane had a bruise on his
Shane Gillis.
arm, and someone was like, "Where'd you get that bruise?" And he goes, "Dunking on the basketball hoop in my pool." And he goes, "Every single day, I start my day by going out and shooting on my pool hoop. I just shoot for an hour and a half in the pool while Lemaire sits on the side of the pool and smokes weed."
That's
And I was like,
hilarious.
that sounds fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And you can do that in Texas right now
That's like a
without
Delco,
having to make $10 million a year.
That's like a Delco Huberman routine.
Yeah.
It's like in a regular Huberman, he's like, get up, do a cold plunge, do mobility exercises, ground, take a walk outside, have your vitamins. And then in Delco, you just get in a pool. I guess it's not.
That part of living in Austin definitely sounds appealing. Living in a house
Yeah.
and having like a yard.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
I love that idea.
But I don't know. I like New York still.
I do too. Francis, it makes me sick to my stomach, fam, that you're fucking.
You thinking about moving out there?
that you're about to leave.
No.
You're going to move to Austin?
He gets one taste.
He is passed at the mothership.
I know. He's past the mothership. He's
Yeah.
on fucking
Big shot.
tires.
Big shot.
If you move down there, you'll be on fucking Rogies in a week.
I know. You're honestly leaving money on the table not moving down there.
No,
I mean,
no, literally.
Probably not wrong.
No, literally. A ton of money on the table.
You could be a theater act by fucking September.
Might need to up my statin dose, though. Start
Yeah.
eating a ton of red meat to
Your statin's going to have to be crazy.
Curry favor with
When you
Rogan.
become a theater act, can I open for you? Or are you
You're
gonna start
gonna
going
be
with
a
more-
theater act before I am.
Or are you gonna start
and
going
I
with-
will not open for you because we just butt heads too much.
That's not even close to true. You have a special that you're recording, and you have what's it called? Tires.
The fuck is what's this thing that you're about to do that's going to potentially launch your career or
Don't tell.
torpedo it?
Don't tell.
What is that?
Didn't do a single thing for me. Didn't move
It's
the needle
literally just like a
one bit.
10-minute set. It's like those old Comedy Central tapes.
Holy shit. Where's it go out on?
Don't tell YouTube. Mine won't come out for 6 months from now.
So you're burning material?
Be quicker than that.
Yeah, well, if you kill, they'll want it out. When you had the best battle rap, they'd put it out the next day.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That was a fucking blessing.
Wow.
I never had to wait.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's
Everybody else
awesome.
would have to wait like 2 months. But you're which or I guess you don't want to say which bitch you're getting rid of.
Well, that's the problem. Is I don't even know what my set is going to be.
That
I was
makes me
texting.
sad.
I was trying to text Francis about it.
I think we go U-Haul.
I don't
I
need you
gave you
to-
good
I don't need you to
advice.
spoil my set.
I think we go U-Haul.
Well, don't say all my jokes.
and then we do Dick's Sporting Goods.
No, that's not.
No,
I'm not doing
you've
that.
brought these jokes up before on this pod.
Well, that's
True.
honestly, it's like when the U.S. and Russia were both trying to build spaceships that could get us to the moon faster. That's you with the Dick Sporting Good joke and Amy Schumer with the Dick Sporting Good joke. It's like, who can get this shit out
Yes.
fastest? And I feel like you need to get this shit out now.
No, I'm not going to put the Dick Sporting Goods joke in it. That one was already decided not to go.
Dude,
That's probably the right
you know that
call.
Amy Schumer lives in our neighborhood?
What?
Do you know that Kendrick Lamar lives in our neighborhood?
K-Dot?
In the same building that Matt Damon and Ed Sheeran live in?
Isn't that
Can you
Brooklyn
guys hear him
Heights?
throwing his wife down the stairs?
Is it well, I mean, it's on the water.
It's up there, though, up on the hill, right?
No, it's the one along the water. It's like that building that's along the water. Like if you walk along the piers, like next to the one hotel.
Oh, 90 Furman.
Is that it?
Giving it away. Yeah. That building.
Doxed.
The
Doxed.
one that's got
Let's
the
do a
one hotel
drive-by.
as part of it.
Yeah, it's like those buildings that go along
Yeah,
next
yeah,
to
yeah.
it.
You should
That's
DM
nice.
Drake and say, "Hey, guess who I live right next to? Need me to get some
Do you want me to shoot him?
some insider info." Yeah,
Do you want me to do a drive-by and shoot him in his apartment?
you should DM him right now and say, "I just found out that I live right near Kendrick Lamar.
Why
Do you
does
want me to
Kendrick
kill
Lamar
him
live
for
in
you?"
Brooklyn? Why does he live over here?
Because he's a Brooklyn dude. He's
Because he's a wife beater.
obviously a Brooklyn guy.
Because he abandoned his
He's
wife.
from Compton.
Yeah, but he
I
lives in-
figured he'd be an LA guy.
I think he's currently in LA. He probably has both places.
That's
but,
probably true.
But Drake said that in one of the songs. He's like, "Why are you in that fucking?" He didn't say. I think he said Manhattan apartment. It's really a Brooklyn apartment.
See, Drake's getting false intel. This is why you got to be keeping
I
up.
need to be the real intel.
Did you see that Will Compton said that you and I were two of the people that they wanted to fuck with the least or like piss off the least at Barstool?
I did see that. That's very funny.
I would. You're definitely ahead of me, and
No,
I
no,
also
you're
don't
definitely ahead
think.
of me.
I don't think we are. I mean, it's to me, it's clearly Dave and Kirk,
Yeah, it's got to be Kirk.
and then who else? Who would be number 3?
I think that
And like Big Cat, like, I
Yeah,
wouldn't want-
someone who
like,
has
people
power.
people who can fundamentally be like, cut this guy off. We are not allowing any of his clips out anymore.
Yeah.
We are not getting behind him as a company. Wait until his contract is done, and then he's gone.
Yeah, I think he
Folks
would
can get you
easily
fired.
be Dave and Big Cat.
Yeah, it's Dave, Big Cat, and Kirk.
Yeah.
yeah.
Those are the people.
We have like art forms. Like we can like paint and dance about somebody. Like you'll write and I'll rap about somebody. Like,
yeah, and they'll rip up a contract.
yeah,
like,
we'll make art about you.
Oh, funny blog, Francis. Hope you like the last month of healthcare that you have. You should get your procedures in now.
Yeah,
Yeah, that shit's hilarious.
that is very funny.
But I mean, it is the lost art form to be able to write something scathing about someone.
Yeah.
Me and you will scathe someone.
Oh yeah, I will when I'm
Saz
feeling
could
it.
write a fucking tight 10 about someone.
I don't really get in fights with people. People like to come at me, but I just don't reply.
That's Art of War.
That's Prez.
That is
Prez
pretty
loves
good.
coming at me.
Dave Prez?
Yeah.
Like how?
El Dente?
Prez al Dante.
I'd never heard that. El Dente, very good.
Dente, one of the big fucking Chicago guys used to call Dave Dente. He's like, Dente, you can't come out here.
Fuck.
What?
He's ash on the couch.
I did see you really holding that ash out,
It doesn't matter.
trying to prove something.
It truly doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does. It's gonna matter when that.
You got to just pick it up
When that
because if you
cleaning fee
if you
comes
take
out
it
of your
across the
check.
entire couch, it's going to leave a nice ass skid mark. See, that's the kind of thing you could beat into this couch. This is the kind of
It
couch.
really is.
This is the
yeah.
kind of couch that would benefit from having like, if you just smack it.
Just rub it around. Done. Gone. Handled.
Smack it like a freaking juicy old pork loin.
That's mine, right?
Yeah, that's you.
I hate pork loin.
I wouldn't mind a beer.
Yeah, that's how you feel?
Well, I like having a beer with a cigar.
Get one.
No, we don't have any beers. Oh, and you don't have to get a beer. I don't need it that badly.
Now, Francis needs his beer, I guess.
Golly.
11 a.m. Let's get Francis a beer.
Certainly isn't 11 a.m.
I know, it's like 1.
You don't like a pork loin?
I hate pork loin.
Is it just loins in general?
Loins are disgusting.
I mean, the thought of a loin is pretty nasty.
So gross.
The penis area,
Yeah.
the
Ew.
midsection.
I've never once had, every time my mom used to make a loin, I'd be like, just make chicken. Like, this is like, it's like chicken. It tastes like chicken, but it's gross. It's more gross.
I prefer a groin if I'm gonna have anything.
Yeah.
Don't give me a loin. Give me a groin.
You know what I was
Pork
thinking about?
groin.
I realized I eat a lot of red meat right now, and I think it's because I never ate red meat growing up.
Probably because you're.
Because my
Did your dad have heart issues?
Because my dad had to have a double bypass.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, and so then we had to eat.
So now you
salmon.
crush red meat.
Yeah,
that's dumb.
it is dumb, but
Wait,
it's
your
because
dad passed on being bi twice?
no. So
Third time
once
will
my
be the
dad had
charm.
heart surgery, we had to eat salmon every single night for like over a year. Got old quick.
Yeah, that
First couple
sucks.
nights, you were like, "Damn, this is awesome."
People get bothered by that. I genuinely believe that I could eat the same meal every single night.
salmon every dude. It was.
I could
I'm
eat-
not even kidding. It was every single
I
night
could eat
for
salmon,
probably 8
rice,
months.
and green vegetables for dinner every single night and have no problem.
You need to start just ordering food from the farmer's dog because that's what they have.
Once you dissociate food from taste,
Perfect.
Mm. once you get to a point where you really treat food as fuel, you don't care about the taste anymore. And then you can have a nice time when you go out to dinner and you have
Yeah.
a treat. Oh, I'll have the lasagna. What a treat. I'm a bad boy.
I don't think I treat food as fuel, depending on the time of the day. But there's definitely times like lunch and breakfast. It's literally like eating is like a nuisance to me. But it's like I know I have to do it
Mm.
because then I'll be starving.
I once watched a video of this guy. I don't know what his deal was. He was a big avid skier, outdoorsman, and he hated eating. Just never had an appetite.
Yeah,
So
he's too busy on the POW.
he had to take edibles, marijuana, in order to get an appetite to eat.
That
Sounds like he was on Adderall or
I
cocaine
wonder.
or had something like wrong
or
inside
had like a
of his body.
tapeworm.
Yeah.
I was
shit's
trying to think
scary.
about. I was trying to think about like Jersey Jerry does these streams, right? And everyone gets excited about them. They're great. Could I? What would I do? What could I do a hunger strike for? That would be funny.
Palestine.
I was thinking I should go to one of those college campus protests and perform stand up through a bullhorn
It's not a bad idea.
and just see how it goes. But
Yeah.
I would Trojan horse it in. First, I'd be like, "Free Gaza, down with Israel,"
Yeah.
and then I'd be like, "Speaking of Israel, what's with circumcision?"
I would say don't do that. And I
Just see if I could do it gradually enough that the crowd would be like, first they'd be like, "Wait, are these jokes? What happened to the chanting? We liked him a minute ago with all that conviction he
Yeah.
had."
I think they'd like it.
I don't.
That'd be funny. That's some Eric Andre shit.
Yeah, it is.
You ever see the clip of him going to I think it's the Republican National
Yeah.
Convention?
It's so fucking funny.
It's so funny, and
He's
it's
on
also
stage, right?
the bravest thing
Oh,
I've
yeah.
ever seen.
He goes on stage, right?
He does.
Who's
Alex
on stage?
Jones?
Alex Jones. Yeah, yeah.
And he goes, "I want you to fuck my wife."
But also, that wasn't even that. Like, how does Alex Jones not know who Eric Andre is?
This was kind of in his period of not
Was it?
being that big of a deal.
Bro,
yeah.
what? Alex Jones definitely doesn't know who Eric Andre is now, and they had that interaction.
You don't think so?
You don't think that these dudes? You think that like Marjorie Taylor Greene knows who like the like alt? You think Marjorie Taylor Greene knows who Andrew Callahan is?
No, but Eric Andre is way bigger
It's a
than
pretty
Andrew
good
Callahan.
comp you just came up with. I'm impressed with that comp.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
it's a
the
good comp.
exact comp. That's a spot on
It's a
comp.
great comp.
Incredible.
Eric
Sort of-
Andre is huge.
So is
At
Andrew
the time,
Callahan,
he wasn't,
bro.
and
All
Andrew
gas, no
Callahan
brakes.
is really big as well. But it's also they live in this alternative space. Eric Andre's not on the fucking Tonight Show or whatever, and these people
I
are
bet he
so
has been.
self-obsessed. These people are so self-obsessed that they are not listening to or consuming anything that's not either in their bubble or about them. Politicians, I'm
Agree to
talking about.
disagree.
Cigars make a man of you.
Just was waiting for that yap fest to come to an end.
Mm.
Oh man.
Good. This silence is way better.
It does feel.
I'm just enjoying my cigar.
It does feel a little bit with the cigar smoke as though we are in sort of a snowy wooded glade
Yes.
where the air is thicker and the sound is more solemn.
It does feel a little solemn in
It
here.
feels a little
There's a
solemn.
I was just
solemn.
thinking
There's a
that.
Hearing
solemn
you guys
vibe.
from a distance for the
There's
first
something
time.
solemn about this right now.
All
Yeah.
right, I'll ask a solemn question. At what age, if you knew right now the age at which you would die, what's an age where you'd be happy with that number? One where you'd be like, that's kind of okay, and then one where you'd be like, God, that would suck. That's not enough time.
110. I need 110.
Golly.
I was gonna say 65.
You'd be happy with 65?
I wouldn't be if someone was like, "Hey, you're gonna die when you're 65." I would be like, "Oh, okay." It's a long So I got a lot of time.
Would
That's
that
40
change the way
years.
that you live today?
Absolutely not.
You wouldn't change if you found out
No,
right now that you're going to
no.
die at 65. It wouldn't change the way that you're going to live?
No,
To-
that's
as
like
of
that's
today?
I got 40 more years.
You literally hit the lottery too with lifestyle. You don't have to do anything. You have the easiest lifestyle of any human being alive.
Yeah, I would definitely stop going to the gym.
Wait,
That would be the first thing.
65?
what if you
Yeah.
had the means to extend your life by improving? But they were like, if you live the way you live right now, you'll live till 65. But if you start cleaning your shit up and eating better and whatever, you can get to 70. Would it be worth it to you?
Probably around 60. Yeah, I'd start hitting the gym.
No, you'd have to start today. For 5 more years, would you start?
Would you go to the gym for 40 years to extend your life by 5 years?
No,
I definitely would.
I would
That's
say
a no
give me
brainer
10.
for me.
If it was 10 years, yeah, I would.
10?
If it was 10 extra years, then yeah, I would start going to the gym.
You just said you're happy going
Well, I
out
already
at
am
65.
going to the gym. What?
You just said you're happy going out at 65.
Yeah, but if someone was like, "Hey, what about 75?" I'd be like, "Okay, that works too."
Yeah, but that means you now have to work out for.
I mean, what was
50
the answer?
years.
Well, I guess I could have just said, "Yeah, 300. I want to live till I'm 300."
No, I
I
asked
thought
for
65 was like a
realistic-
realistic.
That's happy for you. Actuary tables put it at like 79. I think is the average age of death for men, and maybe that's women, and then men are like 77 or something.
And that's now.
I mean, I wouldn't be like,
And that's average.
Yeah,
if someone was like, "Hey, you're gonna live for 40 more years," I'd be like, "Okay, that takes care of a lot of worries
What worries?
that I'm gonna die before I'm 65."
You're worried about that?
I think everyone's worried about death.
where do you based on your own projection of your life? At what age do you estimate where do you think you're going to die? At what age?
Hopefully, around 70, 80,
Well, that's a big range. Give me a specific number.
77.
Fair enough.
When do you think?
I
I'm
think
gonna
like
die?
I think like 86, 87 for me.
For you?
Yeah, only because I do take care of myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like eat well and exercise and care
Yeah,
about
it's
that
true.
shit. No, obviously there's nothing to be helped, but like, and besides,
You are
medicine
kind of a
is
booze bag, though.
And that'll do it too.
That'll take a couple years off.
Do you think I am?
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
No, you're not.
I've been hitting it hard.
Rightfully so. While you're young. Live it up while you're
I'm
young.
drinking a lot.
You'll have plenty of time to drink when you're 87.
You know why I drink?
Why?
So that when I meet people who drink, they like me more.
True. It's a good
But when I
reason.
meet people who don't drink, I don't need to drink.
Yeah.
I don't need. I can live in both worlds,
Yeah.
brother. I can. I
like Hannah
live,
Montana.
I'm like Roan with black and white people.
Yeah.
I can jump
Yeah.
between.
You could code switch.
Yes, exactly.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You know
Good
they
Will
let
Hunting.
you know they have a ton of booze at nursing homes.
Oh, I'm sure.
They literally bring around a cart like you're at the airport.
Is that right?
Yeah, like my grandma, like as on her 97th birthday, they were like bringing around. They had like a cart, and it's like, do you want a wine or you want a beer? And she was like, when I mix both, I get a little loopy,
Wow.
which means she had been mixing both in her 96th year.
That's
That she was
amazing.
getting loopy. Plus whatever fucking drugs they were putting her ass on, she must have been in outer space.
There's so much resistance to assisted living facilities, and yet I don't see them as being all that bad. I
Really?
also-
Because you're almost guaranteed to have like a Haitian nanny that's going to beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. My grandpa was in
not
one.
if you pay enough.
My grandfather was in one, and my whole family paid for it, and it was a pretty good one. It was in Cape Cod, and his roommate used his razor. I remember that was like a huge thing, and he had some sort of like
he had a roommate?
Yeah, he had a roommate,
Hell no.
and his roommate used his razor to shave, and that guy had like herpes or something,
What?
and my grandfather was like furious, and he had to throw it away.
Yeah, but okay. I mean, these are foibles.
What do you mean?
That's a small, funny, life extending.
I'm talking about
moment.
sexual assault by a Haitian.
Yeah, you're talking. That
He had to
is
throw
like
away his chick.
at 97. How old was your grandfather?
He was in his 80s.
Okay, let's say 85 years old when you find out that your roommate has used your razor to shave. and getting pissed off about that, that's your day. Maybe that's your week.
Yeah,
that
but
gives
it's
you
probably,
something to
if you're
be
that old,
thinking about.
You probably don't want to be dealing with shit like that.
I think that's something to extend your life.
Yeah, the anger will light a fire under
Yeah,
you. It'll
go-
give you a reason to live. Hate.
You're going to spend time thinking about how to approach him, to tell him about it. You're going to tell on him probably.
Bitch to every family member.
You're going to tell all the other old people who will listen or can listen that you're never going to believe what fucking George did.
I guess that is true.
Hide your razors around this guy. Fucking
the herpy monster.
Werewolf McGee over here.
He's shaving his fucking herpesetic dick with your fucking facial razor.
I think my grandpa said he had AIDS,
Ah.
but I don't
Well,
think
then
he did.
that is definitely, you should throw that out.
What kind of fucking student living center are they living in where they're roommates at 85?
It was a nursing home.
That's not how my grandma's nursing home. She lived in multiple nursing homes, and none of them were like that. She lived in 3 different nursing homes, and not one of them were their roommates.
Well, my grandpa lived in like probably 20 different nursing homes. And I feel like some of them did. I remember a couple of them didn't have roommates, and that one specifically I remember did.
One of the
But that one was also, that was like 10 years ago.
One of the crazy things about the nursing home phenomenon is like you save up money your whole life, and then you start putting you use that money to try and get into the best nursing home possible. Like you use that retirement fund or social security money to try and get in the biggest nursing home possible. And then your relatives, your poor relatives, start hoping that you don't spend too much money on the nursing home because it starts to cut into their inheritance.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then they want you to die sooner because
Every
your
another
death.
month of the nursing home.
It's not just nursing home. It's like the expenses of that person's living, what they're spending on. I guess you're right. Primarily,
I would
nursing
ball
home.
the fuck out if I was that old. I'd be like, put me in the nicest nursing home on earth.
Yeah, I think I would probably want to say,
And I'd say, I'm leaving no money for any of you.
yeah, or I would say like, here's your pile. This is my pile.
Yeah.
I'm gonna expect that I will spend this.
You're probably
Down.
noticing that my pile is significantly larger than yours.
But as it should be.
Yeah, exactly.
People who
trying-
fucking rely on like, oh, you're gonna give me some of what you have just because.
Yeah.
That's what an agent does.
Yeah.
That's literally what the people you have working for you do.
Yeah.
You know, he has an agent and a manager as well.
What? Why did you say that?
Because every time you guys talk about agents and managers, you act like I'm getting like fucked over when you have the exact same situation.
What? Why do you take that so personally? I don't think he said that way.
Oh, he's exactly what he said.
Well, you're not.
And my dad was
enough.
texting me the other day, being
Yeah,
like,
that's it.
Roan's on to. I was listening to the podcast. Roan's on to something.
We need to look out for you.
What
Too
is-
many hens.
I
in
know
the-
how to stand up to the
Yes.
suits.
too many hands in the fucking cookie jar, dude.
He trusts that I'm reading the fine print.
I'm
And
reading
you're
the
not a fine print guy. In fact, you're not even looking.
Oh, I'm looking.
No, you're not.
You're
Yeah.
just putting the car on cruise mode.
Dude, I'm the guy that's
Where's
going
my-
through the
where'd that
audience
Zippo go?
with a fucking disguise on and a clicker,
And you're counting.
and I'm counting.
I'm counting. I send Mook out to count every show.
Do you really?
No, I remember I used to be like that though.
There used to be a lady in our church who would go up and count how many people were in there every single fucking day. Sister Andrea, she would go up to the top and fucking count the amount of people that were in church. It must have fucking broke her heart when the rapes came out and everybody stopped coming.
When the rape scandals came out, did people stop going?
Big time.
Yeah. Would they
Especially
just go
the
they just
younger
went to another
people.
church?
No, they stopped going to church.
Oh, just in general.
I think it was like a distrust in the Catholic Church. Like it wasn't just like, I don't think our church had the rapes going on.
Yeah, we stopped going. My family stopped going when we watched Spotlight.
Really?
Yeah. I watched Spotlight and then I was like, I'm not going to church this Christmas. I thought I was like that was like my Palestine protest. I was like, not for me. I was like, I'm 15. I'm old enough to make my own decisions now.
What did they say?
That's also funny that it took rape for you to
I was just
finally
looking
take
for a reason
stand.
to not go to
At
church.
15, and you couldn't find one until then. You didn't have the autonomy until then.
We would go to church like once a year, and I would go with my grandparents. So I was like, and then the
Yeah.
one year I didn't go.
And you told your grandparents, I
No,
can't
no.
handle this anymore.
I never told my grandparents.
It's nice of you to have given them that grace.
Well, my mom wouldn't let me.
But I don't think grandparents saw Spotlight. I think that's the problem.
Oh no, they weren't allowed to.
They weren't allowed. They didn't show it at the
Yeah.
nursing home.
Yeah,
They're like, what's this
yeah.
movie on HBO tonight? No, it's bingo time, George. Get your ass downstairs. We don't want you. It was probably the churches that were fucking running the nursing homes. They didn't want them to see that because that all that fucking cash. Old people give like 10% of their salary to the church.
Yeah,
They're basically
they come with a checkbook. It's not like everyone else. It's like you give $1.
yeah.
Maybe if you have a 5, you throw 5 in. And
My-
then old people, they bring out the whole checkbook.
They,
Yeah,
they
that's right.
tithe.
And they're like, how much money do we have in our savings?
Yeah.
All right, here's 50% of that.
Yeah.
One time, the last time I went to church, I guess, was with a girl that I was seeing when I was in
Nikki
my
Glazer.
20s.
Yeah, we smoked bong and then we went to church together.
We had the body of Christ. I'm gonna take you out to eat. We'll get some nice wine and wafers.
No, I went with the girl and she was into it. I mean, she was big time.
Yeah.
And it was that Hillsong church. Do you remember that?
Of course, Justin
Hillsong?
Bieber's church.
It was sort of the pop culture music hybrid church. Kevin Durant was a major disciple of it. Justin Bieber
Guys will wear ripped skinny jeans and have the
Scientology?
sides of their head shaved
and like arm sleeve tattoos
be jacked up.
and wear like tattered flannels.
Yeah.
and
Way
would
cooler
be-
than Scientology.
They wear those jeans that have like the ribs in the front of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly those ones.
Take a spill on a motorcycle, you're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But most people are riding to the parking lot is packed with motorcycles.
They
Yes.
wear like this
Yeah.
this skin tight short sleeve shirt that the sleeves go down to here, but then the actual shirt goes to like right above your knees,
And it, like, loops down.
Yeah,
It's like a frock.
You only purchase them in Los Angeles.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
like the Dave Chappelle shirts.
Yeah, or the Dane Cook. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So that church, I'm glad we have the full image.
Yeah, I'm picturing it now.
Yeah. And I hadn't been. I mean, I hadn't even seen what Christianity was about in a long time. Obviously, this is a very pop culture take on church.
Yeah,
But it's music forward, and like, first of all, it's all 20 to 27-year-olds, 28-year-olds in the Sony theater, the PlayStation theater, whatever the
the
fuck.
Sony Theater.
Yeah, in near Times Square. And I went with this girl.
It's a good room.
And I'm looking in there and I'm doing this, pretending to sing along. They got the words up on the screen. The music's nice.
Yeah,
They'll like
actually great.
remix
They
a
play
pop
Gloria?
culture song. No,
Yeah.
they'll put like a Sia song and like fucking put God words behind
yeah.
it.
It's like
Yeah.
that South Park
Lift
episode.
up your voices to God.
Yeah. Flowing water washing over me.
Did they play
be
Gloria?
free.
That's the best one.
Which one?
That might be more of to classic Catholic church.
That's
though.
classic Catholic you're
That's
talking about.
Gloria, Gloria.
That's
That's like 80s Catholic.
That's a fun
gospel.
one. That one we had fun with.
That's like Peter, Paul, and Mary Catholic.
It is. Church is hilarious. Just being in church when you're fucking 10 years old. Just. Working up a sweat. All right, so continue.
You know, I'm at a point where I don't need my stories to end.
No, I actually do wanna hear the end
I'm
of the
fine with
story.
that. I think that I've learned that whatever you're gonna do
No,
in the
this is
middle of
actually a funny story. I
is
want to hear the end of
funnier,
this.
and that's fine. I've made my peace with it.
No, I truly don't
I'm
think
just gonna
that was
leave
that.
a whole bunch of half-open cans.
I don't
story.
think that was
Of story,
that was
and you
just
can
that's just
fill
riffing.
in.
That was just good riffing. That's all that was.
But it
And then,
kind of
and then
gets
once
to a,
the riff comes to an end, that's when you segue back into your story.
I don't have the will to re-interrupt you enough times to.
But it's not.
fucking
It's just that's how you
throat
riff.
fuck my story.
This is
home.
riffing 101. We got to give you a riffing class. It's you tell the story, and then we chime in with we punch it up a little
You
bit.
say we again, like now you're he doesn't do it.
Oh, he does it. He does it all the time. And we punch it up, make it a little better for you, and then you come back in and you really hammer it home. You bring it back.
Well,
You put a bow on this story.
mhm. So the story ends.
Okay, this better be good.
That's the problem. Is you've riffed it all the way to the fucking rafters, and now no matter what I say, I can't riff on top of your riff.
Brother, you gotta have faith in yourself that you can match the pace.
You
just gotta match
inserted
the
an
pace, bro.
intermission into my story.
The intermission that I inserted was 4 seconds long, and now it's going on like 5 minutes.
That's the problem. I think people think my stories are long on this show simply because I can't end them on my own timeline.
No, but that's the whole point of the show. So now you got to go back and you got to hammer it home. I'm trying to motivate you right now.
I don't even like church.
That's where it ended. We were having
No.
This is a great story.
The story is that we were doing this thing and I was starting to think, boy, this is great. And then of course they pass a fucking bucket or whatever.
Yeah.
And I am I'm waiting to I don't know what I'm supposed to put in there. And me and this girl only been on like 2 dates.
Yeah.
And nothing particularly fornicationist had happened yet. And so I'm thinking like, well, you know, I don't
If I give $200, will she fuck me?
Yeah.
Or if I give too little, is that gonna mean that I won't, get all the way home? And I think I put like, I don't know, $10 in the bucket. Maybe I put a 20, but then I thought, I'll wait until she gets one of these rapturous moments where she's singing and swaying and closing her eyes. And I really thought hard about like taking 20
change
out and putting it in and waiting until she closed her eyes and like withdrawing a tenner.
Yeah.
Taking change is hilarious.
Taking change. You can make change. Isn't that okay? Can you
I
not
don't
make
know.
change out of the church collection bucket?
I think it is okay, but I think it definitely looks a little off.
People get so weird about that. Making change out of tip jars. I think it's fine. You're still getting a significant tip.
Yeah.
You just had the wrong expectations because I came forth with a big bill.
Well, the problem is if someone sees you halfway through because they only see you taking. If they don't see you have to be very ostentatious with the give.
You can reach deep into these buckets, and if you have any sleight of hand, you can drop your 20 and ball up the 10. And
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
withdraw.
O's the mentalist probably can fucking steal the entire church bucket.
That's
Exactly.
right.
It
That's
gets to the
right.
last person and it's full, and then they bring it out back and it's empty. And they're like, where
What
did
the
it all
fuck?
go?
And he's like, the Jets are going to win the Super Bowl.
And they look over and he's levitating.
Where'd all the money go?
I'm your god now.
Why don't you check the freezer in the back?
Check your dishwasher. There will be broken glass and all the money.
They should make an Ocean's 13 or Ocean's 14
Where they rob
where
the church?
they rob like the Vatican.
That'd be good.
How much money do you think they have on
Pretty
site
sure they
at the
did that, and I
Vatican?
think it was called the Da Vinci Code.
I
don't
never
know.
saw it.
I don't know if entirely if that was loosely what.
That's
that
a good
was.
plane
Something
movie.
like that.
The Da Vinci Code.
Very good plane
I've heard
movie.
it's great.
Book's good.
I've heard the book's good as well.
Dan Brown.
You ain't reading a fucking book.
Fuck no.
You
Fuck
ain't
that
fucking
shit.
cracking book. I gave up even trying to crack book. I used to just bring one on every fucking plane ride or whatever, and I wouldn't read it, but I would have it there as like a parachute. I don't even fucking waste my luggage space on a book anymore.
I keep starting books and not finishing them. Like I started Sharp Objects and then I just watched the show. And
Show
then
was pretty good.
It's great.
Haunting.
The ending is wild.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! Did you
Jaw
watch
to-
through the credits?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jaw to the floor.
Yes. Unbelievable.
And
Did
then
you
I
ever see that shit?
What is it?
It's a girl show.
No.
It's a little bit of a girl show. It's
Amy Adams. Amy
Amy
Adams.
Adams, yeah.
Goes back to her hometown to investigate some disappearances. It's sort of Mayor of Easttown meets like
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's every single show like that is just trying to be Mayor of Easttown, and none of them. Even
Well, that
come
one came out
close.
before Mayor of Easttown did.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Debunked.
Fuck. Mayor of Easttown is so fucking good.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're due for another one of those.
Yeah.
We haven't seen nothing like that has come out, and there was a spate there where they had Mayor of Easttown, the one with Nicole Kidman, The Undoing, I think it was called.
Yeah, that one's really good.
which was really good. And we were just living in this period of having these amazing thriller limited series that major stars were attaching themselves to.
It started off with what was that Matthew McConaughey one?
True Detective.
Yeah.
True
That's what
Detective.
started.
That one's great. Season 1.
I don't fucking love cop shows. I
Oh, I
will watch
love 'em.
First 48 because that's that real shit. But I'm not trying to see someone act out as cops.
That's really all I watch is cop shows or comedies.
You watch Blue Bloods,
No, not like that. I don't watch like
procedurals.
God
like
damn it.
soap opera shit.
Again?
Throwing up on myself. This time it's all over my front.
I gave my mother-in-law Is it still smoldering? No. I gave my mother-in-law an NYPD mug for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
She almost cried. She was so fucking happy about
That's
it.
hilarious. That's
she
so
appreciated it so much. She's like, now the Blue Bloods is off there. This like, it's like, what? What are you just gonna watch your mug?
That's
It's all
hilarious.
my only connection to the force.
I told her she should like drive around with it if she ever gets like a ticket.
Oh yeah.
Like, no, I have this mug. I have this mug I got at CVS.
NYPD merch has to be the biggest police force sold merch in the country, right?
Do they get a cut of that? Because it's
They
usually
have
like
to.
West African dudes selling it on like 7th Ave.
Yeah.
Next to a fuck you fucking
Yeah.
fuck shirt.
Those guys
Yeah.
are really hoping for another 9/11. I was thinking about this. There are certain industries, just like that one, that owe their entire success to terrorist
Tragedy?
groups.
Yeah.
You know what the other one is? Travel-sized toiletries.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Think about that.
Wow.
But does anyone really?
Before the underwear bomber, before the guy that like brought bombs on the plane in liquid form, we could travel with full-blown water bottles and shampoo. I'm talking 8 ounces, 10 ounces.
Yeah.
However many ounces you want. You could bring a gallon of water on
I
the
remember
plane.
bringing a gallon of shampoo on just a weekend trip.
That's a big...
It's a lot of shampoo. Would you go to Costco to get that?
I'll go to Costco and I get the fucking
Had you been
gallon
skunked?
size.
Did you get attacked by a skunk
I would
before
bring-
that trip?
A Roundup size container of shampoo, and I would just get through no
Just
problem.
Carry it separate from your...
I would give the TSA agents a pump as I was
Yeah,
going
yeah,
through.
yeah.
They put their hands out. I give them a pump of shampoo to
Who
take
for you?
home, a little something to take home for themselves. It was a great time.
But think about it. Like then all these companies had to start making the 3.5 or what is it, 3.8 ounces or less.
And you could sneak a 4 on, but
Do you actually buy those though before traveling?
Yes, I have to.
Oh, I just use whatever they have at the hotel.
I mean, I have face wash, and once you get to
Oh,
a certain
yeah.
age, you want
That's true.
better
I
stuff.
guess I just use.
Also, I'm not trying to die at 65 like you.
I'm not trying to die at 65.
You said it
Right
was
as
your
my
ideal
kids are getting
age.
into college.
You
Yeah.
said what's an age you would be happy with? That someone told me right now you're gonna live until you're 65. It's better than being like you're gonna live until you're fucking 28.
All right, well, fine. Let's put it this way. The other part of it is when I'm 80, I don't want to look like a fucking
You're
old
going to.
golf glove.
You will absolutely.
Keep
Everyone
doing these
does.
cigar episodes. I
I
sure
promise you, you would you're gonna rather look like you're 80 when you're 80 rather than looking like you're fucking like 45.
will. I'm not
when
going to
you're
look
80.
all lipo and Botoxed up, but I'm going to do my best to make my skin and fucking. I don't want my neck to look like a
It's going to.
vagina that
It
has
will.
been beaten to hell.
It will.
you got to get on those polymers. Who's that guy that's doing like the anti-aging thing and he's like taking
He's like
blood
taking
from his
blood.
son?
Yeah. You're gonna look like you want to look like that.
Blood
that
boy.
fucking freak.
He is an absolute freak.
That guy is a freak. That's the only word to describe
yeah.
him.
But there are whole industries that are built off of tragedy. Another one's, hand sanitizers. The hand sanitizers, people, they were buying yachts based off COVID.
Right.
oh
right.
yeah, that was a big one.
Or like tequila companies were turning into like hand sanitizer, like hand washing. And so it
Yeah.
would smell like tequila.
It would smell
it would.
exactly
It
like
did do.
tequila.
Yeah.
You got pulled over.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Teens were drinking it.
yeah.
you really could probably distill it.
Yeah.
It's crazy that they just sent stuff like alcohol. Like a hand sanitizer that smells like tequila. I had a lip balm that smelled like there was like a whiskey flavored lip balm. And then you go to some hotels, they have a rum scented body wash. Imagine getting pulled over. You smell like a fucking Long Island iced tea. You have to convince them that you're not drinking.
Why would you ever want a rum scented body wash?
It's in almost every hotel that I go
Yeah.
to. It's like a rum and cilantro. You smell like a fucking taco bowl.
That's insane.
You
We must
smell
be staying
like
at different
Chipotle.
hotels. The hotels that I stay at, the soap is nailed to the side of the wall.
No, these are nailed to the side of the wall. These are like Malin and Gates. Fucking,
That's good stuff, though.
but they're
He's not.
they're
He's not
cilantro.
staying. He's not
Yeah,
staying
you're
in
not in the
hotels that
Malin
have
and Gates.
Malin and Gates.
Yeah,
Goits.
how do you say it?
Well, it's got to be Gates because of Matt Gates
Yeah,
from the
Gates.
congressman.
Yeah. You think he knows about fucking Eric Andre?
Probably.
No chance.
No.
No fucking chance.
I met. I know I do this a lot. I met Marjorie Taylor Greene once. She was staying in the same
At a
hotel
CrossFit?
in Nashville. Does she do that?
Yeah, she's like a massive CrossFit
Come on,
person.
for real?
Yes, before she even got elected, she was putting up CrossFit videos in her
Jesus
garage.
Christ, dude.
You ever get into CrossFit?
I had 1 year where I did it and I got obsessed and I got huge and then my elbow exploded.
Oh no!
Absolutely exploded, dude. To the point where I couldn't sleep for 2 weeks. I was like, maybe this will go away. Play through the pain. Nope.
Yeah.
Big surgery.
You had
Surgery?
Oh, huge.
Well,
Complete an elbow reconstruction.
Damn.
Yeah.
because they're like
That's what they're like.
they don't want you to have good form. Like the
That's
pull-ups
the one
that
where
you do.
like the.
Oh, all that. It's the pull-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people are like, yeah, I just banged out 75 pull-ups.
No, the
And you're
pull-ups
like,
weren't
yeah?
even the problem for me. It was all the like Olympic lifting.
Yeah, a lot of
Like
cleans.
overhead snatch. I don't know how to do a snatch.
No, snatch. If you're a normal person, there's no reason for you to be doing the overhead
Snatches are
snatches.
insane.
Yeah.
Doing a snatch
You ever go to a normal gym where someone's doing that shit and you're like, dude,
and they're
You're
jumping and
causing a
smashing
scene
their
right now.
feet
Yeah.
into the ground, and then it
Yeah.
sounds like someone's stomping around.
yeah.
I need to find a video of
MJT.
her doing the pull-ups because she has one where she does fucking insane pull-ups.
But those CrossFit people legitimately will say, they're like, I just did 100 pull-ups. And you're like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, they don't specify that it's kipping or butterfly. Butterfly pull-ups are the ones. That's what you're talking about.
Let's restart that. Alrighty, guys, let's talk about cuts.
Baby.
Let's be real. Most guys would wear a t-shirt every day of their lives if they could. The problem is that most t-shirts are not acceptable to wear at work or out on a hot date night.
But
Today's sponsor, Cuts,
has finally changed that.
Cuts t-shirts are such high quality, wrinkle-free, and so buttery soft that you can look like you're dressing up even when you're dressing down.
I mean, it's the fabric quality for me. Whenever I touch one of those, I'm like, what is the thread count of this? 1 billion? It feels so
Absolutely.
good. What is the material of this? Angel's hair?
You have to assume because of how buttery soft it is.
They have Roan gave me a couple shirts. He had some extras from Cuts t-shirts, and I've been wearing them in such a way that I don't know that I need to work out anymore.
Oh, yeah.
They're so flattering.
They get you
They
cut.
highlight the shoulders and they really are baggy towards the gut.
They fall right off your body like beautiful angel hair pasta.
Yeah, it really is
Exactly.
like, and the pants too. Let's not forget about how
The
nice
pants
the
are
pants
amazing.
The pants are sublime.
Guys, can we talk about the pants for a second?
They really are great pants.
There's a reason Cuts Clothing is the trusted fashion brand of professional athletes. If you ever watched your favorite basketball, football, or baseball team enter the arena, there's a good chance you've seen them sporting Cuts.
Most of them are wearing cuts.
Most of them. For a limited time, our listeners get 20% off your entire order when you use code BOYDAD at checkout. That's 20% off your order at cutsclothing.com with promo code BOYDAD. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Experience the perfect blend of style and comfort with Cuts Clothing. How many pull-ups can you do, like regular wide grip?
Right now, dead hang strict.
Yeah. DHS.
When I was really in shape, the
Well, no,
first
right
time I
now.
worked at Barstool, I'm just going to say, I was training pull-ups and doing like weighted pull-ups
Yeah.
and stuff all the time. And I did like 24.
That's how I hurt my arm.
Oh, actually, these look pretty good.
Little knee swing, but that's okay.
I know,
don't
those are
mind
pretty
that.
good. That's what I used to train pull-ups when I was going into college, and that's how I exploded the tendon in my arm because I was doing the David Goggins thing where you put a pull-up bar on your bedroom door, and you have to do as many pull-ups as you can every time you go in and out of your room. And I did it for like 2 weeks, and I could bang out like 20 pull-ups. I was also very light. I was not a big person. And then one day I did until failure. Something just popped in my arm. Haven't done a pull-up since then.
It's crazy. David
Yeah.
Goggins, that people don't point out the fact that he used to be 300 pounds.
Yeah.
So his body is probably so much more used to carrying extra weight.
Wait, he was he was obese?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was a
What?
fat load.
I
Yeah.
thought he was like a Navy SEAL or something.
Yeah, they used to let fat loads in the Navy SEAL. He was literally a Navy SEAL.
Was he
Navy
ever
walrus.
actually
Yeah.
a Navy SEAL?
Navy Sea Lion.
Yeah.
Was he ever actually a Navy SEAL, or was he just? Or was he
Stolen
just
valor.
like?
Or
Did
was
he
a
just do the
stolen valor
training?
god?
I don't know. But I will tell you that the fact checking that we often engage in on this show brings everything to a screeching halt. And
You're right.
you're the primary offender.
He was.
No, I just offended. I looked up that Marjorie
yeah,
Taylor
but you
Greene
did
video.
it quickly and you were able to multitask.
I'm already done.
whereas
You're still
he's
talking
like,
about it, and I already
Let me
finished.
look this
I
up
already
and let's
finished.
not all nobody talk while I do this.
I've never
so that I
said
can
that. It's
focus
just
on
when
this
when I
research.
stop talking, you guys get lost. You're like, what do we do now? Where do we go from here?
No, I was talking earlier, and you told me to stop talking. You're like, "Don't talk on the podcast." Wow, are you done talking?
Well,
On the
I already
podcast?
in Francis's whole little rant that he just did. I already determined that he was a Navy SEAL.
He was.
So shout out Goggins for protecting this country.
Anyway, you met Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah, I guess I walked right by. Maybe I said hi. I don't know. I walked by her. She was in the lobby of this hotel in Nashville. I was down there for a wedding, and I saw her, and she looked at me in a way where, as I was walking by, it was like, yeah, fucking try me, say something to me.
Really?
I know you don't like me.
Did you?
I didn't. No, I still respect elected officials enough or people of their privacy not to bother them.
Yeah.
But I remember feeling as I walked by her like, boy, that is a person who is living on the edge. They are like ready to fucking go to war at any second.
That's the kind of people you want in office.
I just think that's a tough life.
It
You
definitely
wound
is
that
awful.
tightly all
Yeah.
the time.
But
Yeah.
you have to be a psycho to go up to somebody in public and be like, "Fuck you! What you did to the fucking election in fucking Arizona!" Like, just like screaming at
Right.
somebody in public.
I wish I
is-
was one of those people.
Why?
Sounds awesome.
No, it does not.
Just phone out.
Because then you're at the same level of like
in their face.
Yeah.
twitchiness as the fucking elected
I
official
hate
who's waiting.
you.
Yeah.
And then
Phone
you just
in
have to
face.
sit there just looking at the camera. Oh, I'm so sorry.
What do they have? They must have a response ready for that. Because that must happen all the time. I'm telling you, she had maybe one security guard who was like not that close.
Yeah.
She's also on testosterone replacement therapy too. She's definitely twitchy. She's just on TRT, ready to fucking. I mean, how do you think she can rip pull-ups like that? Unless she's on trend,
That's true.
she's got to be on a little dose.
I used to do a joke about. Do you remember Brittany Griner when she was being held captive in Russia?
In Russia?
She's wrote a book about it, by the way.
I'm sure she didn't write a single page of it.
Yeah, of course. I don't think there's a keyboard with the keys spaced out adequately for her size 5,000 hands to actually get to the keys.
Yeah.
But no, the joke I did was like I used to say like why didn't she escape?
Yeah.
You know, whip out that 45-pound kettlebell clitoris of hers and bash in the brains of every guard from Sochi to St. Petersburg before hopping on one of those Alaskan king crab fisherman boats. Do a quick season of Deadliest Catch where she's just pulling the traps out with her bare arms, not even using the winch.
Yeah, why did she not just plug her ponytail into a whale and fucking ride off like Avatar?
Woman's like the 6'14". You know why? What Russian prison is? Did you ever? There was a picture of her in one of the cells, and her head came above. There was like a divider of the bars and then ceiling and a space, and she was looking over, being like, "No help!" It's like, bitch,
Climb out.
help everyone else around. You can leave when you're Hancock in that prison.
Yeah, she could have one flew over the cuckoo's nest out of there.
Yes.
Don't they like rip
The water fountain.
Yeah, she could have like ripped the water fountain.
Just
with
throw
one
it
fell
through the
swoop.
window and then stride
Let's
out
get
like
out of here.
like the BFG.
Let's fucking go. All of you, get out of here.
I'm tired of this place.
Did you see that video? Of,
I just beat Zelda. There are no more levels.
Did you see that video of the Caitlin Clark's team on the private jet?
Yeah.
Yeah. And someone quote tweeted and they were like, everyone say thank you, Caitlin.
That is hilarious. And they're all like holding up like a Perrier, like,
Yeah.
yeah bitch.
I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know why everyone was flaming them for it.
I mean, it'd be awesome to be on a big private jet like
a
that
massive private jet
with all your homies.
Yeah.
But you know that on a NBA private jet, they're probably paying like Boo Ray for like $20,000 a hand.
Oh yeah.
These girls aren't. They definitely don't have enough money to gamble anything.
No.
They're probably playing Go Fish for 50 cents.
Caitlin Clark definitely has the money.
Caitlin Clark's rolling in it.
She's rich as hell.
Dude, the scariest Russian dudes, back to the Caitlin Clark shit, are not like the big ass Russian dudes though. It's the scariest Russian dudes are like the like
small guys.
it's like
Putin.
160 pounds, 5'10", like pretty skinny guys that are like contortionists that can like put their like elbow behind their asshole and just like carry around machetes. Like the guys that could get out of like a subway grate if they were fucking trapped
Yes,
in there and
yes.
just have like an evil look on their face, just walk around with their shirt off and fucking lick blood off of a machete. That's like a class of dudes in Russia.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know.
Oh, I know Russia.
You don't know shit
I know
about
all about
Russia.
the Spetsnaz.
You know what fucking Tucker Carlson told you. That's all you know
I didn't
about
listen
Russia.
to that fucking 8-hour interview.
It was so fucking boring. I tried to watch it.
Putin's short. I
Yeah,
think.
Putin's really short.
He's pretty short.
He's scary. If he wasn't all jacked up, he'd be that exact class of Russian dude that I'm talking about. If he
I
wasn't,
think he is the class of Russian dude that you're talking about.
but he's just more jacked than these guys. He's been eating good.
Yeah,
There's been a
true.
lot of borscht
I've
in
been
this
eating good.
man's
You can see
diet.
it.
there
in
is
my
a
tummy.
theory that he is the richest man
sweatshirt.
on the planet. You know that, right?
It could be.
Putin.
You think?
What?
Do you think he is?
I
If
don't
he's really
see.
getting
I don't
kick-ups
see
from
why not.
oligarchs.
I don't see why not. Russia's a country that has wealth, and
Yeah.
he owns as much of it as he wants. Think
I
of
just-
the oligarchs. They are all of the Russian oligarchs are a
Billionaires.
handful of the richest people on the planet, or they were
Mikhail
before he started.
Prokhorov.
Before they started falling off fucking hotel balconies because
I
they
think
were
I'm-
like, "Why'd you take my money?" There's a book, by the way, another book.
They make a TV show out of it.
It's about Russia, Putin's killing program.
Putin of Easttown.
There will be, I think it's called "There Will Be Blood." See, that's good riffing. You should aspire to that.
I broke the Zippo.
Quick
no.
Yeah.
and very surgical.
Fucking idiot.
I don't know how it broke it, but it's broken.
What's the name of the book?
There Will Be Blood.
Oh, can I
It's
get that
good.
lighter?
It's a very good book.
Wait, the Upton Sinclair.
Actually,
Isn't
never
that
mind. I got matches.
No, you're thinking of The Jungle, Upton Sinclair.
what is the? There Will Be Blood. I thought was based on a.
Yeah, that movie.
Is it based on oil? Is that not by Upton Sinclair?
There Will Be Blood is
Upton
based about it's
Sinclair?
that's so weird. I was talking about that movie this morning with Bo and Matt.
You guys talk in the morning.
Should we call it Bo?
We talk every day. People are like amazed by that. We break bread.
You guys have good phone convos.
Should we
Oh,
get Bo
yeah.
on the horn here?
That's
No,
so
he's in
fucked.
class right now.
Whenever I try to have a good phone convo with you, you're like, "What is this about?"
I'll call him and he'll not pick up and then immediately text and say,
What's up?
"What?"
Because you call me at like weird hours.
I like talking to you.
like weird.
He doesn't
like,
consider us like friends.
it's like
We're like his work
weirdly
wife.
late.
And then he'll call
it's-
me
You guys
when he
are
has
you guys are
something-
what we like to call 6 p.m. friends. That's when the cutoff time is.
I'll call you during
Before or
appropriate hours.
after?
Before.
You can't talk before?
No, I can only talk before.
Yeah.
No, I answer when both of you guys call, but you called me weirdly. You called me at like midnight.
I don't
one
call
night.
you any more than you call me. You call me too.
I call like
I
I'm
never
on.
call you.
Well, our conversations
That's
are
not
like I'm on
true.
a minute plan. Like I have to get it under like a fucking. Like I have to get it under 1 minute,
Anytime you guys call me, I'm playing video games.
and
then
that's a
I
great time
gotta-
to riff.
I got to tell my friends. I got to go, oh, fuck, Roan's calling me.
when I have phone conversations with my friends, like I can easily have like an hour phone conversation about nothing, just a good fat fucking riff session. Sound like we should really put them on the podcast
Yeah.
feed because it's just a natural, free flowing riff.
I
And
talked to my friends this morning for an hour.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's how I know that you don't consider me and Francis actual friends.
Bingo.
Well, I
'cause you
wasn't
wanna
going
have
to
a
talk
nice-
to you guys for an hour when I'm coming here to talk to you for an hour.
You just can't have a
Like
nice
the
fat riff
main
with
goal
us.
of me coming here was to talk to you guys for an hour. So why would we talk for an hour?
But I'm
before
saying
then?
I'm not talking about this morning. I'm talking about other mornings. I like if I called you tomorrow morning after we don't have any more podcasts to do.
I mean, honestly, at
You
this
just
point,
got another one. You literally have a.
Bad cigar. Roan, I've noticed you barely smoked your cigar. Would you do that if Pat Bev was here? Pat Bev was here, you'd be fucking. You know what I saw that I didn't like today? I clicked on our
No,
YouTube.
but I love where the tone has changed.
I clicked on our
The cigars
YouTube.
have changed the tone of the pod.
I clicked on our YouTube and I clicked on the episode from today. to read the comments. And the ad that we got before our episode started was a Roan and Pat Bev ad for New Amsterdam vodka.
Ooh, it's a little incestuous.
So I'm going to have to talk to someone and get that removed from our account forever. Last thing we need is that would be like if we had if we were reading ads for fucking the Yak on this show.
I do watch clips from the Pat Bev podcast with Roan.
Where on ESPN?
Just social media. I mean, I follow their account. And
I blocked their account.
I saw that Pat Bev said he played well enough in the playoffs this year
Right.
that he thinks he'll get a new deal. So the question I would have is how true is that? And like what do you think the scope of that might be?
How much money is he going to get?
Or if he's ever going to play again. I heard that they're working on an Untold Netflix doc about Pat Bev. Untold. Did you
I mean, the second to
subscribe
last
the
game of
pod?
the season, he started the game without Dame Lillard. He had 13
Was that
points
before or
and
after the
12
game where he
assists.
threw the ball at the fan and tried
Before.
to kill them?
Before
13 points, 12 assists.
Yeah, which
Those are
is
good
like-
in the playoffs. That's really solid.
and they won the game without Dame Lillard and Giannis. So from those metrics, he definitely earned it. I mean, he's definitely going to get another contract.
With the Bucks.
It could be the Bucks. I don't know.
You never really know with this guy. Could be
talking
any
what?
team.
You're talking like $8 million a year?
Mm-mm.
Not that much.
I mean,
More?
no. This year he made $3 million a year, or $3.2 million, the veteran minimum.
So you think 5?
That'd be nice, but I really have no clue what they're going to.
3.2.
I have no clue what
They're keeping him on that vet minimum. They're
No.
gonna actually. I heard they're trying to readjust the veteran minimum just
make
for
it
him.
lower?
Yeah.
this, and honestly, it's still just a fraction of what you make from stand up.
I wish. Imagine making $3 million in a year.
Yeah, it's a fraction. It's 6/2. It's 6 halves of what you make. That's a math joke right there, brother.
I
That's
know.
just 3 times
It's a
as
good
much. Which is still means you make a lot of money.
I do not make even close to that much money.
Okay, then actually, should I do it realistically? It's actually
Oh boy.
12 halves of what you make.
Rowan doesn't know how much money I make. But I could tell he thinks it's a lot more than it is. Rowan likes to bust my balls about how much money I make because we all know that he's actually making 6 seconds.
I
of
love this. I love
whatever it is.
this thing that you two do.
What? Talk
You
about
wealth
money?
shame each other. And I
He's-
get to sit on the sidelines.
Well, it's really you act like you don't make that much money because you have 6 managers that are taking 40% of every
Yeah.
fucking check that you make.
He's right.
And he's like, and so you're paying Uncle Sam, you're paying fucking your 6 managers, and then when it trickles down to you, but the money that you generate, the corporation that is Little Sass, your gross is actually
Sass? Yeah.
is actually tremendous.
Sass has managers the way that I have excess like Netflix subscriptions. Like I
yeah,
have
you
to
need Rocket Cash to get rid
I
of
need to
your.
go into
I have one manager.
to delete people that you're fucking that are feeding from the teat.
I have a manager and an
Superfluously.
agent
yeah,
Yeah.
and an accountant.
you got the accountant.
The business manager.
You got the business manager.
You got the biz man?
You did. So you're at 10%.
no,
Oh
no,
my
no. He does not
God,
take
dude.
10%.
Your parents said they do it for free, and you're just such an angsty teenager.
If
that
my
you're like,
parents did it, I would be in
Mom, stop
prison.
saving me money.
I would be in prison right now.
no, that you definitely
My
wouldn't.
business manager texted me the other day and he goes, "We have a lot of work to do because my taxes
Yeah, because
are a
he's
mess."
because he knows you're a cash cow. If he makes himself seem more valuable to you, then you're gonna have to pay him. If he was like, "Oh, this won't be that hard," you'd be like, "Well, why am I paying this guy 10% of every dollar I earn?"
It's not 10%.
What is it?
I don't know, to be honest. It's
You
probably
don't
5.
know.
I haven't signed anything yet, so right now he's just doing my taxes.
Oh God.
The problem with when we do the cigar episodes is that I start chugging these things.
What do you mean you start? I'm right with you. What
No, you're not. I'm going to be way ahead of you.
do you mean you're gonna be? I'm at the same length
You
as
think that, and you're just totally off. If we were to,
Francis,
do-
I'm addicted to nicotine.
if we
I
did a
could take this
stick
thing
measuring
down in-
contest right now, I have half the stick.
You guys could
do.
literally go stick to stick right now.
Roan, on the other hand, I mean,
Rowan is a man of patience.
I'm slow playing mine.
that's what
do you
you
think
call it.
you think this is a race?
I like to call it.
You feel like this is a race to finish the cigar first? Because I think it's a race to have the cigar the longest.
I like to sit and enjoy my cigars. I'm not a rusher.
I'm rushing because I know there's another one,
You're rushing me, right?
and I want to be. I want to get it.
He's a double
You're gonna
Manhattan.
smoke
I think
another
there's another
cigar?
one. Yeah, right.
Yeah, you got another one right here.
I watched. By the way, after you guys talked about that, I watched Kevin and Fights talk about the premiere, and it's so funny to hear from their perspective versus mine. They brought up something that I forgot about, which was that the moderator of the Q&A at the premiere cut me off
well, you're telling
in the middle of a
story.
story. I was like, "Did Sass put you up to this?" Because
Rent free.
and I had started it. They had been talking about what they were doing in the pool before I got up on the stage. And so then I came up on stage and started saying about this breath holding contest thing we were doing that Shane and I were doing. And Kyla interrupted and was like, "Were you a water polo player?" And I was like, "No, I get why you would think that," or something. And then people laughed, and then it like went in that direction. And then the guy just said, "All right, well, that's all of our time," because he was getting the light.
But did he say I don't? Wait, he said I don't know where this is going.
No, he didn't say that.
Oh, okay,
He didn't say that. That is just a funny exaggeration.
got it.
That didn't happen.
Sounds
But
like
I did feel like I felt like holy shit. I just got absolutely dummied by this guy.
Was this guy someone you know, or was this just like a Netflix
he's
hired?
one of the EPs from Rough House, which is Danny McBride's production company.
Oh.
but he
Danny
was really
McBride.
cool.
Did Danny McBride help produce that show?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
What does that mean? You opened up the checkbook?
I think so.
Is that what a producer does?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Because they was like Will Ferrell produced Succession, but it's like, Will Ferrell wasn't actually on set of Succession.
Like, hey Tom, let's do this a little bit differently.
Yeah. I guess I could see Will Ferrell being on set for a show like that, but like Drake produced Euphoria, right?
Yes, right.
Drake wasn't on
At the high school campus.
We could have been.
Have you watched that show?
I haven't.
Have you watched? We've
course.
talked about this.
Of course.
It's as good as it gets.
I've seen the scenes of Sydney Sweeney, of course.
They mean more when you watch them in the proper.
I doubt
form.
it.
You need the context of the show.
You need the context.
Yeah.
You see your first boyfriend, the black dude.
I started
then you see her
watching
with a lordy.
Yeah. I started watching that movie with Anne Hathaway where she starts hooking up with the younger
That
pop star.
movie comes up as a trailer every time I turn my TV on, and it pisses me off
Dude,
so much.
It is sexy. That is a sexy movie. She
What's
gets
the movie?
fingered by him, and
Ew,
it is.
gross.
I'm like, damn, dude, I got to get my digit game up.
Really?
Yeah.
Grody.
He goes to
there's
town
a
like that?
full blown little harpsichord session there.
What was he
Grotesque.
doing?
She's got her
Do they
back
show?
to him.
Is it
She's-
graphic?
They show clit?
Do they show fingers on clit?
No, but he's got his hand down her situation, and she moans it out
Yeah.
to completion.
I liked her in the Princess Diaries.
Mm-hmm.
No finger in seeds in that one.
No fingering in that.
You guys remember the name of the fictional country that she lives in?
Obviously not. Do you?
Of course.
What is it?
Genovia.
Some Genovia.
Genovia.
The Princess of Genovia. I don't know why they couldn't just use a real country.
I don't know.
They
I
couldn't just
remember
be like
having to
Belgium.
watch that movie all the time because my little sisters would watch it,
Same.
and I hated it.
Same, except for I didn't have any little sisters.
Does she have a British accent in that movie?
I don't think so.
She used to live in our building.
Yes.
She lived in one of those apartments that you have to turn the key for.
Yes.
What are
That was probably right after she got that Genovia money.
Yeah, true.
Genovia sounds like
Well, there is like 8 Princess
Ozempic
Diaries.
alternative.
Or
There's-
like a home security system.
Ask your doctor about Genovia today.
Yeah, I was never a huge Anne Hathaway person.
She's grown on me.
Why?
Watch that fingering scene and tell me you're not a huge
The
Anne
Devil Wears
Hathaway.
Prada, that's a good movie.
So good.
I'm always trying to get my wife to watch it. She never will.
That movie?
Devil Wears Prada. I'm like, it's a
What?
chick flick.
That's a classic.
That's I mean, I tried to.
What a weird dynamic that is.
I try to put her
You
on
try
a
to
chick flick.
convince your wife to watch The Devil Wears Prada, and she's like, I'm not watching this gay shit.
Yeah, she won't watch
Put
it.
on The Game. I think The Game is on tonight. Rangers Hurricanes, Game 6.
Like,
Shut up,
no,
bitch.
babe. Vanderpump Rules is on.
You promised
you-
me we could watch something light tonight.
You
I've
storm
had a
off
tough
into your room.
day.
I'll watch it myself then.
Roan comes on and she's got the fucking Bruins-Panthers game on, and you
She's like
Again?
cracking a beer.
yeah.
That's
Again?
that's the first ash I've actually landed in the fucking thing.
Hell yes.
Good on you, bro.
Fuente.
I saw Joey Camasta on a billboard on the way to fucking driving down to Philly this past weekend. It was Joey and Snooki. They're like going to be in Atlantic City at a hotel or some casino or something like that. And I got so excited. And my wife didn't get as excited as I did. And I like started a fight. I was like, why are you not fucking jazzed about Joey Camasta? That's my coworker on a billboard.
Dude, the billboards going through New Jersey are I mean, how many people are really getting injured? How many people really need these lawyers?
The injury lawyers are crazy. They must be printing fucking money.
It's every single billboard is a different injury lawyer.
I need to get into injury law. Seems like they make a fucking brick.
Oh yeah.
That was
make a
another really
mint.
good joke. I think it was Schultz. Edelman, Gronkowski, and Brady is a law firm.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was
Yeah.
funny.
It does.
Except it didn't really land because he said he doesn't throw to black people, but Randy Moss was on the panel.
Dais, bro.
Sorry, the
called a
dais.
dais.
That's my bad.
They're gonna fucking revoke your killer
I
status.
thought it still landed. I mean, that is the joke, is that the Patriots always had star white receivers.
But they also had the best wide receiver of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Devontae Smith.
Very funny. Devontae
Dave-
Smith is trash.
What? Why did he just get the fucking bag?
Trash.
Why did he just get
Because the Eagles are dumb.
what?
They're bad.
What are you talking about?
That's because you have Nick Sirianni running the ship. Here, can you hand me that lighter again?
If you have to light your cigar one more
It
time,
keeps
I'm going
going
to take
out.
it away from you.
I
Because
guess
you're
I
not,
keep on putting it in the ashtray.
you're not hitting it hard enough. And by the way, tell me now.
Now
that
you're
I don't
ahead of
have
me.
less
You are
stick
ahead of
than
me.
you do.
Dude, this little gap, like this part of the NFL where like the in between from the draft to preseason is so brutal.
Why?
Jared Mayo said they were like, what about? They were talking about Drake May, and they're like, yeah, he's got a lot of work that he needs to do. And then like all these radio hosts are like, man, if you're a Patriots fan right now, you got to be furious. They're saying their head coach pretty much came out and said their quarterback is bad at football. And he was
Yeah.
like, no, they said that he has a lot of work to do and he's 21 years old.
Mm.
It's like, obviously, no one thought he was going to be the starting quarterback this year.
But you said before the draft you do not want the Patriots to get Drake May.
I said I wanted
Uh,
to take Penix Jr.
yeah.
because I think Penix Jr. would be ready to play
You
this
said
year.
Jaden Daniels or Penix Jr. You were like, I do not want Drake May.
But I'm happy with Drake May.
Sleuths, fucking
I'm happy with Drake May.
book him. Gumshoes, book his ass because you clearly said it. We'll get the tapes back to
You
back.
need
The same
to-
guy that caught me saying that I thought that the.
I'm sorry, Ron.
No, that's fine.
He's not. You gotta ash it. No, you're just smoking ash. Is all you're doing.
I love this, I love any part of the NFL season, but I'm watching like training camp footage,
Yeah.
like mandatory mini camp footage. I'm listening to podcasts about like what do teams have to prove this upcoming
Yeah.
year.
You know who I'm really excited for is my boy Javon Baker. That
Yeah,
dude is a dog.
no, he's not.
That guy's going to be one of the best in the league.
Javon Baker.
Yeah.
Where'd he go? UCF.
Yeah.
That dude ain't a dog.
That guy is a dog. He's the one that put out the statement. He said 10 players better than the NFL. You got to be out of your fucking mind.
That is a crazy bold thing to say.
I think that was because he was the 10th receiver drafted. I don't think he meant actually in the NFL.
I might get the all 22 tape and start just breaking down tape. I might subscribe to, so I can like just be like, yeah, I turned on some of the Packers like last games before.
Did
the
you
end
see
of the
that
year.
shit about the Packers stadium?
that they're gonna let
They're gonna have people smoke in
Delta
the
8.
stadium. Yeah.
they're gonna let you smoke cigarettes, cigars, and Delta 8.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Like
We
obviously
should go to
people
a
are gonna
game
smoke-
out there. That's going to be awesome.
Dude, I think Wisconsin might be the state to me that is rising the most in stock.
What about it? Talk
I
to
just
me.
think it's a state that's like really got a lot of potential.
Yes.
And every time I go there, I'm like, man, this place is kind of cool. They got some stuff here. They
The-
got good culture. They got a good sense of like state pride.
I
There are
would
states that
definitely go
have
to a
state-
Packers game.
I would go to a
Oh,
Packers
that'd
game.
be fun.
A Packers game, we get an Airbnb in one of those houses that are right by the stadium.
Yeah.
Then we record from the Airbnb, smash an episode. Then we go into the stadium,
We do
and
some
light up
fentanyl.
light up some fentanyl, light up some Delta 8,
Yeah.
Get our
Sprinkle
tickets
fentanyl.
with game time.
get our tickets with Game Time. Damn, that sounds like a good idea. That sounds like a good ass time.
I'm a big fan of Wisconsin. I think they got that sort of down home farmer thing.
Fat,
Yes, but beefy.
husky.
I was looking up
Big.
states with the worst alcohol problems. They're number one.
I love that. for
and
them.
it's like a lot. I think the percentage was like 12% of the state is alcoholics.
Yeah. They have a little for all of us. They have unbelievable golf courses. Unbelievable.
Well, it's
Great
just
beaches.
flat land.
Great
Yeah.
beaches in the summertime.
Yep. They
Really
got
nice farmland.
good access to a lake, one that you can swim in.
A ton of lakes. It's one of the most boats per capita.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
They got a
one-
lot of lakes.
Good university scene.
Great U scene.
Yep.
good steakhouse scene.
Beer is phenomenal.
New Glarus.
Cheese.
Cow. What is the cow?
Spotted
thing?
cow.
Spotted cow.
Spotted cow. I like Wisconsin. Big fan. Big fan. Good people there. Good people.
Good people.
Great people.
They do have a little bit of a white supremacist problem, though.
Have they?
They do
Where?
in Wisconsin.
What do you mean? Where
Right
are you
around
getting?
that like northern Illinois, Wisconsin area.
Where are you getting this intel?
From the world.
Oh shit! I didn't realize you're getting this shit from the world.
Mm.
When my family lived in Wisconsin for 3 months, there was like some incident with the KKK there.
There are Illinois Nazis was a big. that
And
was a big
Illinois,
thing.
I know is bad because I remember Nick when they were doing.
Rediscovering.
Oh, and were you there when that happened? Yeah. They did Rediscovering America, and Nick was wearing all black, and they went to a bar, and these guys like cornered him and pulled a knife on him and
What
asked if he was Antifa.
Come on.
Yeah.
Nick is somehow like a magnet for fucking.
Oh yeah. It's hilarious. I mean, it's not. It sucks for him, but
Sucks
it is
for him.
funny.
It's funny for us.
Yeah.
Well, was that in Illinois?
That was in Illinois. Yeah.
Yeah, got
Yeah,
mugged
you
in
got mugged.
Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah, that was northern Illinois, I believe.
Was it? I thought it was like Missouri or some shit.
No, it was definitely because it was. I'm like 99% sure that was Illinois.
Should we text him?
What's the state that you would say has the most pride? Is it Texas? It's probably Texas, right? Strongest sense of like, this is the state. My identity, in a way, is almost more tied to the state that I'm from than being an American.
Texas is definitely up there.
Yeah. Florida's up there now.
Florida's up there. Anywhere in like the deep south, like just going off of like Brandon is obsessed with Mississippi.
Hawaii is up there.
Yeah.
People from Hawaii are their own.
Yeah.
sense
Well,
of
because they feel
culture.
like they shouldn't have gotten colonized by
Yeah,
the United
right.
States. There's
Right.
like almost a legitimate secessionist sentiment from Hawaiians.
I'm extremely proud to be from Maine. I love that I'm from Maine. That's something that is a big part of my identity.
I mean, Brandon and Mincy, their whole identity is being from Mississippi.
Is Mincy even
Well, I
from
thought Mincy
Mississippi?
was from New Orleans or from Louisiana.
Oh, but he went to Ole Miss.
I don't know. Did he go to Ole Miss?
He went to Ole Miss.
I think he just maybe. Did he?
I think so.
Or does he just like
Or
it?
is he just? I don't know. That always confuses the shit out of me.
He's a frat
How
star.
those guys are such big fans of college teams that they didn't even go to.
I think Megan Making Money went to Mississippi State and Brandon didn't even go there.
I don't think Brandon didn't go to Mississippi State.
Yeah, he definitely didn't. But
I
think
don't know.
his-
Did he go to college or he went to community college? I
He
think?
went to some. Yeah, he went to some place.
Yeah. And he worked at an airport in
Yeah.
Mississippi, which
After-
is so funny.
Once he got off the worm farm,
Yeah.
his family had a worm farm, and then he worked at the airport.
Love
And now
that.
he's like living in a $1 million house on a lake.
Yeah. And his dad smoked meth He tells stories about waking up and his dad's on the roof, like putting new shingles on the roof.
A guy like that, I always wonder that, like, once he became this star at Barstool, if there was anyone in his life who was like, I always knew you were destined for greatness. Did anyone see that coming?
They must have. Because there was a Brandon Walker Smokers Lounge in Starkville.
But it's not actually named after Brandon Walker.
Yes, it is.
I thought that was a joke.
No, it is. Those boys, I think those boys believed in Brandon from the jump.
It's so funny. Brandon's hilarious. There's like
I'm the other way. People are like, man, I really kind of thought you would do
would've made it
more
by now. Yeah.
Well, everyone's like, what happened? You were on such a good track.
Yeah, you had everything going for you.
we thought you were going to go to the MLL.
Yeah, with Paul Rabel.
How much does Paul
Ribs.
Rabel make? You think he's got a lot of money?
He's like Dana White.
I think he's done very well at being the one person who makes money in lacrosse.
Right.
Yeah.
He's Dana White, and all his fighters are just like, or his lacrosse boys are like the
Yeah.
fighters. They're making $20,000 a year.
Don't get me wrong. We played him once. We scrimmaged the U.S. national team, and he was so much better at the sport than anyone I'd ever seen that I felt like a boy.
Yeah.
I felt like a boy truly playing a man.
Yeah.
He just, anytime he wanted to do anything he wanted. And we were like, decent Division I team in shape
Does, how
right
good
before
are
the
those?
season.
How good are all those dudes that went to like the NFL and shit like that? Are they awesome lacrosse players, or are they just pretty good athletes? Like, could they do whatever they want? Like Hogan, or like that dude that went to the NBA.
They must have been. And that's the other thing. There's another dude that just transferred from playing college lacrosse, and he's going to Stanford to play basketball.
Damn.
And I'm like, I would have thought basketball, more than maybe any other sport, was the one that you couldn't just return to after 5 years of not working on your jumper.
There's a guy who's like on the Golden State Warriors or some
Yes.
shit like that.
Yeah, but if you think about it,
And they're
basketball
white.
also probably is the most common sport that's a hobby as
But
well.
dude,
So
it
maybe he
is
was working on
so
his jumper.
skill oriented.
Yeah.
It's so, you can't just like be in good shape and be an athlete and step on a basketball court and still be NBA level or Stanford level basketball. That's crazy.
I don't know. I feel like everyone that was a good athlete growing up in my town, like all of the good athletes played their sport, and then they all played basketball too.
Yeah, but they're okay, fine.
Right?
Fine.
Yeah, I guess that's not the response I was expecting, but we can end the conversation on that one.
No, fine. Have it your way.
Have it your way. It's your world,
Fucking
Sass.
BK over here.
Your truth is the truth. We're just gonna.
I just thought that was a simple like response.
We're gonna
to the
cede-
conversation
we're
we were
gonna
having.
cede
I didn't
to
think that
your
was like I don't
reality.
think that was like a halting stop. Bring the conversation to a screeching
no,
stop.
fine.
by saying that I knew a lot of athletic kids who were good at basketball.
No, great. I'm sure. Glad you brought that up.
Whatever. I guess we'll just end the episode there.
200.
Oh man. What else?
What else? We have to record tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where are we at on time?
This is sweet 200 though. So we should go for 200 minutes at least.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, champagne.
You guys can have champagne.
That blends well with a nice, sort
Yeah.
of noxious
I can bring
cigar.
you guys down.
Don't mind if I do.
I was looking back at my photos on my camera roll, and I was finding a bunch of photos where my drinking was starting to really get intense, and I found a photo of me when I sold out Laugh Boston. I sold out 5 shows, and they give you like a gift basket in your hotel room, and it was like 3 a.m. and I was in the hotel lobby with Mook and Derek Drescher, and I was drinking champagne out of the bottle because the bar stopped serving alcohol, and I remembered that they gave me a bottle of champagne. So I went up to my room and grabbed the bottle of champagne and just drank a full bottle of champagne.
No fucking way. You didn't even share it with the Mook man?
I think I gave Mook some
Every
too.
time I've ever done Laugh Boston, that hotel always has an insurance convention
Oh, yeah.
going on at the same time, and those people are getting so drunk.
Do you like that? I like when that happens.
It's fun, yeah.
Yeah. I love when I show up to a hotel and there's like something going on. Like it's busy.
Yeah.
Because it makes you feel like you're not in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Well, then you just
Yeah.
know that somebody's cheating on someone.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, those people.
You ever been in the hotel in the elevator when you're going up with two of them?
I thought about getting into insurance just for the fuck.
Oh
being-
yeah, it's a lot of fucking.
Just for the sexual intercourse.
Yeah. There's no necessity for conferences.
Mm-hmm.
A conference, you don't need to have a fucking conference, a yearly work conference.
This
You also could just Zoom now. I feel like Zoom.
Well, how are you going to cheat over Zoom?
Hey, Stephanie, you mind if we hop out into a breakout room for a second?
meet me in the side pocket over here.
Let's hop into a breakout room so we can masturbate in front of each other. I'm good.
Masturbating over a phone to each other is hilarious, or via laptop. It's very nasty. People are doing that shit. I'm surprised more people did. There must have been more people who like accidentally masturbated on Zoom over COVID and just didn't get fired.
Oh,
Their
so
coworkers
many.
probably just thought it was weird. Then there was that one guy who famously
Who got
wasn't
caught.
where did
Yeah,
he
the
work for?
reporter, Washington Post or something like that.
He
or
was mid-crank.
maybe it was Wall Street Journal, but he was a respected voice in journalism.
And respected boys do not jerk off.
Not during meetings, at least.
If you're a very well respected boy, you do not fucking pound your dick.
I have Zoom
He
meetings.
came back. He's okay. He's back.
I have
That guy's
Zoom
been
meeting. I have a
allowed
Zoom
back.
meeting today, and I've never once considered the idea of masturbating in the middle of the meeting.
Well, he thought it was over, dumbass.
Did he?
You think
Dude,
that
I've
he would,
thought about masturbating in the middle of like, I don't know, terrorist events and
It's like that Louis bit. That was
Yeah.
the first. That was probably the first stand-up bit that I ever heard.
It's probably the
So
first time you
good.
laughed.
Probably
between the
at
towers.
stand-up. Yeah, you can judge a person you can judge how bad of a person someone is based on how long they waited to jerk off after 9/11. And he's like, for me, it was in between the first
In
and the
between
second
the two
tower falling. Oh man.
Killer.
You know who I was listening to this weekend? I was listening to
Bill Burr,
no,
Bill Maher? Bill Hicks.
Kyle Kinane.
Oh yeah,
He's really
Oh,
funny.
it's killer. Absolute.
Have you ever
fucking
heard his bit about doing
slaughterhouse.
the interview for Hustlers magazine
Mm-mm.
and how his parents like read all of his interviews and they're like, "What is this interview you did for Hustlers?" And then he's like, "Oh, it was just there was no pictures. It was just an interview." And they're like, "Well, we've been driving around all day looking for it." And then he tells a story about imagining his parents bursting into liquor stores, being like, "You guys got any Hustlers?" And the guy's like, "Now we got Penthouse, we got all these other ones." And then he's listing off all the he's imagining the clerk like listing off all the magazines that they have, and then his dad getting impatient and being like, "No, man, we're looking for Hustlers. That's the one that our kid is in."
Damn, what are
Oh,
some other
man.
good bits?
That's a good bit.
What are some other good bits other comedians have done?
It's a funny bit, bro. You don't have to be a fucking asshole about it. You would never do that to Pat Bev.
What?
You'd be slobbing on his knob if you told that story. You'd be going, "Wow, Pat, you are the greatest, aren't you?"
You do deserve 8
Wow,
million,
Pat, even
don't
though
you?
you did try to fist fight that lady reporter, you still are the greatest, huh?
You deserve more money for that.
I think I might be done.
Yeah, I think that's probably about it.
Hey, there's a little tobacco in there.
Does anyone have a roach clip?
Don't disparage the good.
What did Pat Bev say about that whole interaction where he tried to kill the fan and then he tried to beat up a woman
I
right
don't
after?
know. Go subscribe to the pod, bro.
I unsubscribed from the pod. I was subscribed and then I
You were never
unsubscribed when that
subscribed.
happened.
You were never subscribed, dude. I was thinking it would be fun to get a fucking TV in here where we could smash FIFA.
Yeah.
Mm.
Why?
You don't think that'd be fun to play video games with your boys? Actually, you got to go rush home to play video game with your real friend.
I also don't play those games. Play real
What
games.
do you- get Madden going in here?
Madden sucks so much, dude.
You
I'd play
actually
NHL. NHL is the only sports game that I like.
We'll start off with NHL, and then that'll be our gateway drug to the rest of them.
FIFA, I've never
Well done,
really
Francis.
FIFA I've never really liked because the field is too big.
The fuck is wrong with you? Too big for what?
NHL is so good.
Too big because you like can't fathom that it's that big. It's too big for your small mind.
Pretty much, yeah. There's just too much open space.
What the fuck is that? Extra
NBA
grass
is
doing over
fun.
there.
NBA is a fun game, but it's hard.
I like that cigar so much that I might cancel on my mom tonight.
And what? Get another cigar?
Just keep going. See where the night goes, man.
What's your mom? What are you and your mom gonna do?
Catch up. She's in town for a conference.
Really?
No.
Mhm.
Does your dad know?
Yeah, he's coming. He likes to
Oh, it's
ride
that
her-
kind of
He
conference.
likes to ride her coattails.
He's coming. Are they going to put a pineapple outside of their hotel room?
Damn, bro. Damn.
Your parents are swingers, bro.
Conferences are absolute fuck.
It's absolute swing fest.
I don't think we've gone too long for me to have another cigar.
No, crack
Save it.
another one.
I'm not having another.
Come on, crack another one.
We're not going to keep going.
You want to win over the viewers? They'll fucking love that shit.
Francis is goaded. 2 sticks.
Holy shit.
Double stick?
Why
Double
don't you have some Maroons? He's pretty much got a full one left.
2 sticks like a fucking Twix. That would be legendary.
That's all. He just smokes cigars to light them.
It's the best part. It's easily the best part.
Like a puppy.
ASMR that shit sounds
Goddamn
like you're sucking
litter of
someone off.
puppies.
Sounds like you're at an insurance conference.
Yeah, it sounds like the Pat Bev show.
Right there, we're fucking 100 minutes in. You finally made a good joke.
I've been getting so into hockey, dude. I was watching the Patrick Kane highlights the other night.
Holy
Cater.
shit.
He might be the GOAT.
Go at American.
Yeah.
Some say.
Yeah. What's Sidney Crosby, Canadian?
They're all, everyone who's been good that doesn't have a Russian name is Canadian.
Alex Ovechkin, he's Russian.
Yep.
Yeah. He's good.
Can't believe you said the Panthers have no chance, though.
They don't.
Might just put a future on them right now.
It's just lose it. You just may as well light the money on fire.
The Panthers?
Yeah.
The Hurricanes?
You think the Panthers are you think the Hurricanes are gonna beat the Rangers?
Who are you talking about? When you say the Panthers, who are you talking about?
The Florida Panthers.
Oh, the Florida Panthers. Fuck. I'm thinking Carolina Panthers. I thought you were talking about Rangers Canes.
Oh no!
And
I was saying that the Bruins are most likely going
Right.
to lose this series.
Yeah.
But I said I don't think there's even a chance that the Panthers. I don't think either of those teams have even the slightest chance of winning the Stanley Cup. I think if you watch any other series going on right now, you're like, oh, they're playing a different game.
I think Dallas looks pretty good too.
Dallas looks good. Avalanche looks. Or I guess not anymore because that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't believe that guy.
fucking stage 3. Yeah. And then the Canucks Oilers are both unbelievable, and the Rangers Hurricanes. I think it's gonna be either the Rangers Hurricanes or the Canucks or the Oilers. They're gonna win.
Ooh, boy, that buzz you get from a cigar is I like that.
Have some champagne, too. That's a different buzz to put right on
I
top
know,
of it.
man, oh man.
Take a slurp of it. Have a slurp. Why not?
I will. No, I will. All right.
Well, we can end it.
We don't have to.
We've been going for a while. I have a meeting in 45 minutes.
I do have things.
Yeah.
You have a meeting at 4:20, 3:20,
Trade 30, 3:30,
55 minutes.
45, 55.
Whole
gives-
pound hay.
I need to go.
Who gives a goddamn?
Well, how do you need to go?
Because I have a thing I have to shoot with Dana at 2:30, which is 5 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. We will be back.
Episode
on
200.
Monday.
Thank you for subscribing. Please, if you're listening to this and haven't subscribed, it'd be so nice if you could
Subscribe from this podcast
Sub
and
it up.
unsubscribe to another podcast.
Yeah.
So you keep
Preferably
subscribing to
the
this.
Pat Bev Show.
Keep our lights on so Lil Sass can be nasty about my other work that I have to do to keep the lights on for me and my family. I don't hear you trashing Francis's show with Dana.
No. Not at all.
That happens 40 feet away. I'm not flying to LA to shoot teaching Dana stuff.
Oh, man.
Canceled the flight from LA just so I could be with my brothers, just so they could tear me down. Love you, boys. 200. See you guys for the fucking next 200, huh? All right. That was great.